What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to get the best free or paid graphics for FiveM and include ray tracing for them as well. Now I will explain the reason why I say include ray tracing because it's a little complicated, but long story short, pretty much ray tracing doesn't actually work on FiveM unless you do a certain tip, which I will be explaining in this video. So if you go to the description, there will be a free and paid section for the graphics mods. So if you are buying the graphics mods that are paid, or if you already have them, then go to that section and should have the time code of when that tutorial starts, as well as the links to the ones that I use, and same thing for the free one. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. If you find this useful, please consider leaving a like and share to another friend that might think this is useful, and let's get right into the tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start off with the free graphics. So in the description, there will be a paid and a free section. So we're going to start off with free. So obviously, if you want free graphics, go to the free section. There's going to be a few links there. So we're going to have Redux FiveM. Just press download and it will start downloading. Go to the Daniel's RTGI Ray Tracing Reshade. Download that. However, there is, you can also look up just ray tracing presets and figure out if you like a different one. But this one I think is decent to start off with. Then once you're done with that, go to this website, and this is a cracked website. So this is the reason why I'm doing links instead of files, because if I put this in a file, I could possibly get it shut down pretty much, so the link wouldn't work. Anyway, so once you're on this part, all you gotta do is go to the manual download. It will ask you to sign in, just make a quick account with a random email and then just log in, and then you can download it. It is free to download, but it will be slow, but this isn't that big of a file, so you can do that easily. Once you're done with that as well, go to the other link. Sorry, that was me trying to get onto Google Drive to upload this. Just go to this and then press download up here in the corner, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to start off with all of those files that we just downloaded. So we're going to do reshade and then these other files. The other stuff is for the paid graphics, so I will be showing that as well if you do end up buying the paid graphics, but this is free, so you guys can do this all for free. So once you get all that settled, you're gonna go to here, you're gonna go to your FiveM and press open file by right clicking, go to FiveM application, go to citizen, common, data, and then go to the Redux file on your WinRAR. Also, there will be a WinRAR link in the description. All you gotta do is pretty much just run WinRAR or some sort of unzipping file thing that you can do. Go to common, data, and then just drag all this stuff in and delete the visual settings.dat. Once you're done with that, you go to Time64, you find your GTA file. For example, mine's on Epic Games, so I'm gonna go to Epic Games and then GTA 5. However, you can have it on Steam or Rockstar Games, so just figure out what you have it on and go to the directory. Go to Time64 in your directory, and then just drag that there. I already did, so all my stuff is already in there. I don't know if this actually affects your game, so you can choose if you want to do this or not. Just be careful because you are technically modifying your stock GTA, so it can cause problems if you do it wrong. Anyway, when you're done with that, you can close that out, and we're gonna go to the next thing, which is the reshade. So all you gotta do is start the reshade setup.exe, click on your game, browse, and look for GTA 5. And then press uncheck all, and then check all, make sure they're all selected, press OK, and it's gonna start making the reshade stuff. Just let it sit. It's gonna take only like a minute or two, and once it's done, it will say reshade setup was successful. You can close out of that and then go to the reshade shaders. We're gonna come back to this modded file, so just keep it in mind, just don't touch it yet. We're gonna go and find our RTGI presets, and we're gonna go to the reshade shaders, and then go to the shaders, and then we're just gonna copy and then paste all of that into the shaders file, replace any files that may need to replace, and then go to the textures and do the same thing, copy all of them and put them in there. And then once that's done, you can go back to the modded files and then press the reshade modded, click on your game, find your GTA once more, and then just press direct 3D 10, 11, 12, press update, and then it will finish instantly. Close out of that. And the reason why it's going to do that is because it will not be able to detect depth correctly. Pretty much what happens is it will not display depth to prevent cheaters from cheating with reshade. So it will detect activity with your internet and it will disable that. That's the reason why it doesn't work on FiveM, but that's the reason why we have this fix. So you can actually use ray tracing on your FiveM game. Once you're done with that, just go to the Daniel's Quant V reshade and then put that into your GTA directory. And once you're done with putting it into the directory, just pretty much close out of everything. Actually, before you close out of everything, make sure to stay in the RTGI presets and then go to the RTGI with RT shader, go to the one with EMB, go to EMB and put this stuff into the GTA directory, and that should be pretty much it. So I'm gonna get into the FiveM and I'm gonna show you guys how to set up your reshade so it looks decent. All right, once you get into your game, you'll notice that at certain angles you are kind of like a ghost effect. It's kind of weird. So to fix that, go to your reshade menu. We're gonna turn off the rain real quick so I can actually have it look decent. So all you gotta do is go to your reshade menu by pressing home on your keyboard and turn off MXAO. That should pretty much fix it. You still have the cool sun effect. Before we continue on though, you're gonna go to your EMB shader by pressing shift enter by default, and you're gonna enable processing and pretty much enable everything except for adaption and depth of field. They are not needed, but everything else can be enabled. We're gonna just go through this. I suggest these settings, just follow along. Skyrim and stuff like that. Pretty much just follow along if you guys can with what I'm doing right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. You can modify this stuff, and also if you go in here you can scroll down and modify how high quality the stuff is. Since I have a high-end computer, I can pretty much max this out. However, if you're on a low computer, it might be easier just to leave it on low. But we're gonna just do this stuff real quick and we're gonna see how the game looks like in full. I have actually not played around with this stuff yet, so I actually don't know how well the game will look, but I'm pretty sure it will look pretty good because I've used Redux before, and added ray tracing should theoretically only enhance what it looks like. But yeah, so look at that. That actually looks really good. I mean, it's a little dark for my liking, but for other people, this might actually be exactly what they want. We're gonna add the time to 0, or not 0, but noon, 12. Can't speak. But yeah, this is what Redux and ray tracing looks like. It looks pretty good. If you don't like how dark it is, I can, you guys can also find different reshade presets. Like I said, just go into like GtaV mods.com and just look for a ray tracing preset and see if you have any other ones you like. Or I can also turn up you can also turn up the brightness. I keep saying because I'm, you know, testing this out at the same time as I'm showing you guys technically. But we're just gonna enable the brightness to maximum, and actually it doesn't look that bad. It's not that dim, and actually it looks pretty good. Sorry if I keep saying and stuff. I'm just trying to think of words to say. But yeah, this is what the game looks like. If you guys want to see what Thunder looks like, it looks pretty good. The game with EMB and ray tracing actually enhances how dark it is. It looks pretty good. So it looks like this. And look at that lightning flash in the sky. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is what the free looks like. Like I said, you guys can also find different reshade presets or EMB presets. I know there's a lot of people who like to modify EMB and reshade to make it look better. So if you guys find one that you like preferably better, then make sure to use that. But this is just like the base of how to like get ray tracing working. So this is what the game looks like. So I hope it's appealing to you guys. Again, it's not paid, so it's not gonna look great, but this is like the best it's gonna be able to get to like anything good. But yeah, also feel free to go into your settings and just mess around with stuff. on here. So yeah, feel free to scroll through and see what other stuff does. I know stuff like Lightroom and stuff sometimes helps. I don't know if you guys actually have some of this, because some of this could be my paid stuff, but yeah, just mess around with your EMB and stuff and see what looks better for you. But yeah, this was the free graphics, and I hope it's appealing for you guys, because it is honestly the best free graphics I could find. Redux has really good graphics in terms of like the sky, so the sky looks pretty cool and stuff. So but that's the free graphics. We're gonna move on to the paid graphics. So if you guys don't have money, then you guys probably want to click off, or if you want to see if you want to buy the paid graphics, then feel free to stick around, or if you have paid graphics, then then stick around. We're gonna be starting with the paid graphics now. So if you guys didn't already see the free graphics, it turned out pretty cool. It actually passed a little bit of my expectations for it. I didn't think it would be that great, but yet again, they also weren't that great, because again, they're free. But this is going to be the paid graphics now, so these are going to be like the best you can get. You can also mix Quantum V with NVE, but for this purpose, I'm just going to be only using NVE. So in the description, there's going to be the Patreons for all the graphics I use personally. So there's going to be the reshade presets that I use HBoy's quant presets. So pretty much go here and download this. It's not a virus. You can go up here and press keep. I'm going to delete it only because I already have one, and then also download the ambient light fix because we're going to need that. Then you're going to go to the actual RTGI preset, or not preset, but reshade. So this is actually the guy who made the actual ray tracing capability for FiveM. So you have to have this if you want ray tracing to work properly. In the free version, there was a cracked edition, but it's not going to be as up to date. And also, if you are a plus supporter, you can buy this for $10, or if you pay $20 like I do, you also get extra like cool features that are privated because paid. But yeah, pretty much what you want to do is download the reshade GI beta. And once you're done with that, go to RASD and also buy the most updated NVE. For me, it would be the February 28th as of 2022. So you wanted to go here and just download this from RASD or raised mods. I don't know if it's raised or RASD. And then after that, we're going to download this, which is the reshade setup as well as the modded file. And I'm going to explain why we need the modded file in a minute. But pretty much, we're going to start with all this. So download all that stuff, and we're going to start getting this stuff ready. So we're going to start with NVE because NVE is a big file. So I'm not going to download it again because it's really big. So we're going to go to the main package here. We're going to go to mods and go to your FiveM. If you don't already have a mods file in your FiveM application data here, all you got to do is right click, make a new file, and just name it MODS. Literally just 4 words, or 4 letters, I mean, and it's really easy. Just make that folder, and then all you gotta do is go into it and then copy and paste every single thing into there. So this is going to be mainly all your NVE mods, and you really want these if you want the game to look good. There's also extras that you can have, and I'm going to show you the ones that I personally used. You can go through them and see what you do and do not like, but I will also have like little previews of what the other stuff is. I don't know, depends how much I want to edit this video, so you may or may not see a preview of what the other add-ons do. But we're gonna start with emergency lights. Obviously, you want your emergency lights to be pretty bright, so we're gonna do high intensity. I personally like that. You can do a lower one, but I use EMB to modify how bright they are as well. So very high is good for me. Not ultra, but also not medium. Roads Overhaul, this is a really good pack. The Roads Overhaul, it replaces most of the roads. They're not all replaced yet, but that's because NVE is slowly updating more areas of the map of GTA 5 with the new roads, and they look really good. So I highly suggest the Roads Overhaul. We're gonna also do Weapons Overhaul. This will make muzzle flash effects, which look really good. So you should also do that if you want. And that's pretty much what I use in terms of the add-ons. We're gonna go back and go to the EMB, and we're gonna do the medium preset. So this pretty much just goes into your GTA application. So find where your GTA is. It could be Epic Games, Steam, or Rockstar Editor, or not Rockstar Editor, but Rockstar Games Launcher. And you just want to find your GTA directory, and then all you gotta do is just drag all your EMB stuff in there. We're going to replace them because I had older files from the other tutorial, or from the free part of the tutorial. You know what I mean. And once you're done with that, you're pretty much done with MVE for right now. So you can close out of that, and we're going to go on to the next file. We're going to do the reshade mod because we need to do this before we do the actual reshade presets. But however, what you can do before you close out of your GTA directory, you can also put the preset in there. I already have it in there, so we're just not going to do that. But yeah, make sure that you keep that and keep the ambient lighting .fx around because you're going to have to do that in a minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the reshade setup. We're going to click on a game, and then we're going to look for our GTA5.exe. We're going to uncheck and then recheck all of them. It will enable all of these. However, you also don't need the depth 3D because we don't really need that. So you can disable that if you want. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to change anything. So once you're done with that, just press OK and let it run through the process. It won't take that long. It will take only about like a minute and a half. So it's not going to take too long to finish. And once it's done, it will say reshade setup was successful. Close out of that, and we're gonna be done with that for now. And keep this up, like keep the file up, or you can just, if you drag this to your desktop, you can get rid of the reshade setup, but keep the modded one. Just keep the modded one, pretty much. Once you're done with that, all we gotta do is we're gonna go to the reshade shaders. We're gonna go to shaders, and we're gonna put the ambient effects in. But before we actually do that, I forgot you kind of want to do this in order. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the reshade GI from the person who made ray tracing. I think it was McFly, if I'm not mistaken. Go to shaders and then just drag all this into your shaders folder here. And then once you're done with that, go to textures and then drag that into textures. So that should be pretty much it in terms of what you need to do. Like I said, I have the higher version of the McFly Patreon, so I have more effects, but this is just the base. So pretty much just put all of this in there, put the ambient effects into the shaders, and you should be pretty much done because we already installed MVE and the ray tracing. And remember how I said keep this file in handy, the modded file, before you launch FiveM. You want to make sure that you launch this. So once you're done with that, just launch it, make sure you find your GTA, and then click on direct 3D 10 11 12, and it will say update. Just press update, and then it will instantly finish and then close out of it. That's that simple. Now you can launch your FiveM, and I will explain how to set up everything else in FiveM. Alright, so once you load it into the game, you will notice that your game still looks kind of dull. I don't know why it rains every single time I join my server, so we're just going to fix that right now. But, so your game will look a little bit dull, and if you notice sometimes around the map, you'll see these like high textures. Like this boardwalk was actually updated in the February update, so you know that this is kind of new. And the roads, like I said, they're also new. But the game still kind of looks a little bit dull, but don't worry, we're going to fix that in a moment. So all you gotta do is go to your keyboard, press home. This will bring up this screen, and all you gotta do is it will probably say tutorial, whatever. You can skip the tutorial, and then you could go to the top here and go to your reshade presets, and then you gotta go to the HBoys Quant 1.3 select, and it's that simple. Before we continue on, make sure to type display depth and search that up, turn it on. It will look something like this. You want to make sure that it looks correct, so everything should not, so nothing should be upside down. If anything's upside down or inverted, go to edit global processor definitions, and then just change these numbers around just to make sure that everything is working correctly. If everything looks correct and it's not inverted or upside down, then you can turn this off. After you're done with that, all you gotta do is just have fun, pretty much enabling and disabling things to your liking. I will do that in a minute, but before you do that, I highly suggest go to your EMB and mess with your EMB before you start with your reshade, just because of the fact that EMB has more of an effect on reshade than you think. So what I like to do is I like to enable every single thing except for depth of field and adaptation. The depth of field is like blurring, so anything that's far distance will be be blurred, but I personally don't like that. And then the adaption is pretty much just, it's not really that useful. Pretty much go through all of this, and I personally like to max it out. Go to EMB lens and do default, so that way you get rid of that red glare that you guys just saw. But yeah, pretty much go through it and try to, you know, max it out. EMB series is what I like to do. If you want, you can follow along to see what I use for my effects. But yeah, that's pretty much what you can do. Also, you can scroll down here and there's more stuff, so you can change of like how high the quality is for certain things. I like to keep my stuff on very high just because I have a high-end PC, so you guys can change it to whatever you want. And yeah, so we're gonna go to the reshade modification in a minute, but these are the settings I like to do. I like to make sure everything's on the highest I possibly can. So like I said, and also if you want to modify your LEO lighting, I highly suggest do it through EMB. I will show you guys how to do that in a minute. All right, for example, this is my police car. I know it's a Tesla, but don't judge me. I love freaking high-speed pursuit vehicles. They look pretty cool, in my opinion. I also have a Mercedes-Benz and a Porsche, but we're gonna just ignore that for now. What you can do is if you go to the emitter intensity under vehicles in your FiveM, we're gonna get inside here so I can actually like click on it without like losing the effect. You can change the number, and the higher the number you go, the brighter the car gets, or the lights get. So I can do 6 for now, and you see how if I press enter here, you see how they have gotten brighter. So I highly suggest you modify this to your liking. Also keep in account that means that all the lighting is going to be changed. So that means if you do it for nighttime, it will look something like this. So make sure you don't go overboard. With the lighting. I usually like to keep mine about 2-ish. It looks pretty good on 2, so make sure to do that. Again, this is also with the MVE preset of the high preset of emergency lighting, and I also use the old edition because the new edition sometimes ruins new cop car lights, so make sure to watch out for that. But pretty much after you're done tuning your EMB, you could go back to your reshade, and you can move things around to whatever you like. So you can disable or enable things by pressing these buttons in here, the little check marks. Sorry, I don't know why it took me a while to think of that. But ambient light does stuff, Lightroom does stuff, ray tracing is obviously the thing that you came here for, so you want to make sure that RT global illumination is on. I don't know why I had a struggle trying to say that, but yeah, pretty much go through it, see what you like, see what you dislike, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. There's nothing else that that needs to be really said. So that's pretty much how to do ray tracing for paid and also free. FiveM, sorry, I couldn't think for a second, but yeah, that's how to get paid and free graphics that looks good with ray tracing. So if you did like this tutorial, make sure to leave a like, share it to anybody that you know that may use this information that's useful, or if it wasn't useful, then just let me know what wasn't useful in the comments down below, like if I was too complicated or something. If you have any struggles, make sure to comment down below and I will try to help you as much as I can. However, sometimes with videos getting so popular, I do not always get notifications that people comment, so just keep that in mind, that I may not reply to you just because I may not get the notifications. But pretty much that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Have a great night and peace out.